Alright friends, Mega Man 2 here. I know I'm eventually going to start doing some pro videos, but I'm having some technical difficulties, so enjoy watching me play Mega Man through this little camera instead. Already had this game glitch out on me once, so just going to try again. It's actually one of the few games I'm still good at. Hopefully it won't flip out like it did. It's actually a really quality NES. My buddy Jake, I can't remember if he lent it to me or gave it to me. He hasn't come back for it yet, so keeping my fingers crossed. Just needs to be cleaned, really. When he brought it over here, it worked pretty much perfectly. This is a very dusty house over here. Anyway, this is Metal Man. I figured, go ahead and take him out first. He's a good guy to take out first. I mean, there's so many ways to beat this game, so many different patterns that are better or worse depending on what kind of player you are, or if you're trying to speed run, or if you're just trying to enjoy the game, or there's paths you can take to make the game more difficult, which we used to do at little game parties we had. That my girlfriend picked the hardest stages first. I can handle that on this game. Mega Man 3 now, that will bust my butt right there. That's a real challenge. Anyway, Metal Man. It's good to take out because he gives you the Metal Blade, which fires in 8 different directions. You can shoot 3 of them at a time, and it is brutal. It will mess some enemies up hardcore. Now the energy tank down here, you can get it and then jump off the cliff and die. If you have one of the special items, cross it that way, but if you know how to hold right, then pause it at the right interval, you can actually glitch the game and get it without dying. Takes a little practice, but it can be done. I did play on the quote-unquote difficult level setting instead of normal. There was just one mode in the Japanese release, and it was the so-called difficult mode, which is pretty challenging. It's difficult if you've never played a game before, for sure. It's still a challenging game. I wouldn't say it's Ninja Gaiden level challenging, but there's parts that'll kick your ass pretty hard. So going ahead and taking Airman stage out. Airman has a pretty good weapon, not great, but it's useful enough. It's the secondary item you get from beating this stage. You get item number 2 of 3 special items on this game before Rush was introduced and took those items' places. And item number 2 is very useful because you can skip a lot of otherwise really difficult parts. I used to be able to ace, pretty much ace Heatman's block parts, you know, blindfolded. Not literally blindfolded, but you know what I mean. And I don't even feel like messing with it today. So maybe you can see, we could do another video about how to play this game the hard way. I'm not going to try to do that today. Okay, I'm sucking pretty hard right now, I know. Yeah, he's pretty easy. You just gotta really just shoot at him. And it's kind of random though. I mean, he can be hard sometimes because he'll do the wrong pattern of, like, the wrong pattern of his little tornadoes. And he can be difficult sometimes, but really just shoot. Don't let him scare you. Keep firing. A little intermission here. Sunday evening. Just me and my cat right now. I'm enjoying the silence, or the peace and quiet. Let's see, so we got Airman out. So I'm going to do the same pattern I did before the game glitched out. Hopefully history won't repeat itself. So, Crashman. Ah. Ah, so close. There we go. Kind of like something Lionel Richie would have done back in the 80s, you know? Not really. Or maybe Earth, Wind, and Fire if you slowed it down, you know? I don't know. If you have Woodman's Weapon, if you beat him, this area is a cinch. And if you fire like that, you can get him to come from the left side. Yeah, and he'll drop it like that. And if you're on the right side, you can do that too. He'll continue going that way until you fire the other way. Okay, it didn't work so well that time. Last time I played this, which was like a few minutes ago before it glitched out, it worked out a lot better. Okay, so you got some item 2 left. If you need extra life, take the left ladder. If you feel confident, and don't think you really need one, you can go this way. This is where I was, right where I was before it turned to crap. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And we just took out Crashman. This can be a tough boss if you haven't mastered his patterns. With Airman, he's pretty much just a... Well, you just saw it. So Crashman's out. We can pretty much go anywhere from here. I say let's go after Woodman. I'm not really sure if this is the easiest Mega Man game of the originals. I think some of us just played it so much. Because I remember this game kicking my butt when I was a kid. I remember, like, when I got through the 3rd Atomic Dog there, like, I thought I was, like, I thought I was pretty hot, hot stuff there. I'm also not sure how quality, I'm not sure how quality of a video this is going to be because I've never used this camera before. So we'll just see what we get, I suppose. Another nice trick to do, you have item number 2. Let's get that whole little scene there. If you don't have the Heatman's weapon, make sure you have a good bit of metal blade. Because, while Woodman isn't Mega Man 3 level as far as boss difficulty, he will mess you up. Then again, you got metal blades, pretty much moot. Not much you can do. Leaf shield. Pretty much every item in this game is useful. The bubble head, although it's an average weapon. I mean, it's not even that great of a weapon, but even then, you need the bubble head at some point. Anyway, let's quit ranting and move forward. Let's go ahead and take out Bubble Man. Just get him. His weapon may be mediocre, but his stage is awesome. And I'm just going to zip right over that stuff. Hey, don't worry, those blocks aren't too hard. But if I can skip, save a little time, I'm gonna do it. I love this part, just jumping in the water. When I was a kid, I loved doing that. I thought it was so awesome just to, you know, that part really, I thought it was really cool. Video games these days have all these fancy graphics and things, you know, but this game has soul, man. And at the time, this game, just, there was nothing as beautiful or colorful as this game. Not to me, at least. Bubble Man, your standard gun, the metal blade, maybe even the quick boomerang, I think, are pretty effective against him. I swear I probably played this game at least 300 times and it never gets old. Back in the water, that's so awesome. Yeah, this may be my favorite video game ever made. My favorite single player game, probably, ever made. Metal blade will mess him up. Get equipped with bubble lead. Alright, got bubble lead. Go straight for heat, man. Let's knock these guys out and get this game finished. Actually, we got a long way to go. But you know what I mean. I'm not even going to mess with the big crazy block puzzle today. I'm just going to stand here on item number 2 and wish for the best. Woodman's weapon is good against these guys. Bubble lead is highly effective against Heat Man. The standard blaster will work as well. Item 1, which is basically like a helicopter pattern. If you can take this guy out first, you can actually really get an edge up on a airman stage. It's really useful for getting over those air tiki guys. It's also required to beat the game as well, but of course you have to beat the boss anyway. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's go ahead and take out Flashman. Probably one of the easier bosses if you ever need to just get an edge on Quick Man early in the game or in general. If you don't have the Clash Bomb, take the lower route because you'll just end up frustrating yourself. Flashman, the boss, you can use your standard weapon, the Clash Bomb here, the Metal Blade, or the Quick Boomerang. He may be weak against Bubble Ed too. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he has a lot of weaknesses. He's not the toughest boss I've seen. And this guy, you just like that. And you can use item number 2 here if you want. Because there's a delicious energy tank, and you can only carry 4 of those max. And let's see, yeah, I already have 4, so at that point you could start using them against bosses, you know, and later in the game when it gets a little more difficult, because Dr. Wily's castle is pretty tough. Enjoy that scene. I'm gonna get a little refill on my Kool-Aid here. Cool. Awesome. So last of the first 8 bosses. If you need extra lives, you can go that way. You never know. It's a good place to it's actually a good place to choose as a later stage. A lot of people say this is one of the harder stages. I'm not sure if that's true or not. It's definitely easy to get killed. Those beams kill you instantly, so if you do get hit by one, you are dead. Another place where Bubble Ed is actually really useful. against those fire guys. They really don't like it. You can use Flashman's weapon here. I'm gonna save it. It'll actually freeze those beams for a while. So if you're having trouble with Quick Man, take out Flashman. Quick Boomerang's also good against those big dudes. Anyway, this guy's a little tricky. If you play him right, you can beat him with your standard gun. He can still be a little hard after that. Flashman will drain, if it's full, your meter's full, and Flashman will drain half his life. So what we're gonna do is use a crash bomb, and try to get him a few times with that, just stylishly. Yeah. I love doing that. Not even going to lie. All right. So it's this is Dr. Wily and his little UFO, where his poofy side hairs are hitting the ceiling of his UFO. All right, time to get serious. Use item number 3 here, just like that. You want to conserve your items as much as possible because they don't regenerate. So you beat one section of Wise Castle. Sorry, buddy. You're still going to have to refill that stuff after you beat the stage. Metal Blade's really effective here. That, you gotta time the jumps just right. It can be really difficult. Oh, crap. Oh, man. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. Let me tighten up. That was mega not cool. Oh, much better. Yeah, that's the problem. You get hit by his dragon breath, and if he hits you, it freezes you up. So I was actually given 2 chances to not die there. I was knocked back at the right time, but that boss freaks me out more than any other boss in the game. Yeah, and if you need to get through here, keep your energy. Restock your energy. You can avoid getting hit there if you stop at the right time, but obviously I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, I'll do it. Swallow my pride. Better to swallow pride than swallow a bullet, you know? Quick boomerang is I think is the best weapon for fighting this guy, honestly. This thing, it's not really a guy. Yep. That's how you take out that butthole. No use for energy tanks here. Good place to restock. Let's see what needs to be restocked. Probably item 1. I think I'll just need it at some point. I don't know. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the fish in here can be killed with a quick boomerang. Yep, they can. Sometimes I can actually dodge that, but I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm a little sloppy. Oh well. Quick boomerang to his head. That's Guts Man, actually, in case you didn't notice. I'm accidentally just used an energy tank, so we might want to refill that one. Okay, Clash Bombs are full. Do not even attempt to fight this enemy without Clash Bombs. Please pay attention if you're wanting to attempt to beat this game. In all seriousness, you really need the Clash Bombs. In fact, Crash Bombs, whatever they're called, you have to have them. If you're out of item number 2 here, you can use Bubble Ed. It will tell you, just by when it falls, where you can jump. Or if you just want to save item number 2, and I do, because I find it very useful. So, you can see it fall there, so you need to jump here. There's an energy tank, and I guarantee you there's a pitfall or 2. So we'll replenish our supply here. Thank you very much. I think it's item number 2. No. Wood Shield is highly effective here. You can also attack from over here, then jump and skip that little section. Save yourself some time and a little bit of drama. Wait for this thing to come around. Jump. Bam. Sorry. A little paranoid there. Best to have some item number 2. I think there is a way you can get across of item number 1, or there's some kind of trick you can do, but really just save yourself some item number 2. That's one of the biggest challenges, is not using up all of your items. Alright, we're at the boss now. The idea is to not blow up the gates that you feel like you really don't have to use. So I'm gonna get hit here, and that's fine. But make sure you do not miss a single strike. If you do, you have lost the battle. And see those 3 gates? Those are the ones you don't touch. And don't miss a shot. Keep that in head, keep that in your mind, and you will beat that boss. If you screw one thing up though, you're done. You have to go back and refill that meter. It may take you 10 minutes. So just do it right the first time. Don't screw it up. We may have to do a second video at this point, but I'm going to try to beat this. I got 7 minutes left before this thing runs out. Alright. Thank you. See you next year, buddy. Alright, let's do it. Watch out for these things, they drain your life very quickly if you get hit. You can use Flashman's item to freeze them if you have any left. There's only one weapon that will work against this boss. The bubble lead. The key to beating this guy is realizing his pattern. He moves in basically a figure 8 and shoots at odd intervals. And ignore everything in the background because it's really just put there to distract you. And that's it. He's dead. So the camera's about to run out, and whatever's left, you can just enjoy the ending, and I'll watch it with you. What the hell? And I think that is the end of the game. Pretty sure. Yep. Alright. That's how you beat the game. Thank you for watching.